everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we've got an exciting topic for all of you DIY enthusiasts and crafters out there. We're going to dive deep into the world of heat presses and help you decide between two popular models, the HTVRont Auto Heat Press and the VEVOR Swing-Away Heat Press. If you're into heat transfer vinyl, sublimation, or any kind of heat transfer products, this video is for you. We have a lot to go over in this video, like the similarities, differences, pros, cons, attachments, price comparisons, and more. So let's get started. What does the HTVRont Auto Heat Press and the VEVOR Swing-Away Heat Press have in common? Both machines have a 15 by 15 inch plate, which is great for heat pressing clothing of all sizes. I would never recommend buying a heat press with smaller plates than this because then you'll be limited if you need to heat press extra large designs or shirts. Both of these heat presses use double tube or dual tube heating technology, which is superior to traditional single tube heating. This means that the heat is evenly distributed and holds the temperature well. Now let's get to the differences, and there's a lot of them. The most obvious difference is in the name. One is automatic and one is manual. The HTVRont Auto Heat Press machine is automatic, so it's super easy to use and beginner friendly. It requires no assembly when it arrives. You just have to plug it in and get to pressing. After loading your project into the shirt press machine, all you have to do is gently push the ironing board inside and press the R button to start. The heat press will automatically press down and auto adjust to your project's thickness up to 1 inch. And it auto-releases once the timer goes down. The VEVOR Swing-Away Heat Press requires a bit of strength and effort to close the plates together. Instead of pushing a button, you have to pull down this lever to close it and then back up to open it. If you want to adjust the pressure of your press on the VEVOR, you can turn this dial to the right or left to tighten or loosen it. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. This is super important because some materials require a heavy press and other materials require a light press. The choice between a light or heavy press on a heat press depends on the materials you are working with. Light pressure is typically used for delicate or sensitive materials such as thin fabrics like silk or chiffon, heat-sensitive materials like certain types of vinyl, or materials with delicate settings or embellishments. Light pressure helps prevent these materials from getting damaged or scorched during the heat transfer process. It's also suitable when you need to layer different materials or apply heat transfer materials on top of one another. Heavy pressure is used for materials that require a strong bond or when working with thicker and more durable items such as cotton or heavy-duty fabrics, or materials that need a deep and lasting bond like sublimation transfers. Heavy pressure ensures that the heat transfer material or ink penetrates deeply into the fabric or substrate, resulting in a long-lasting and vibrant transfer. It's also useful when you're working with materials that have a textured surface, as it helps the heat transfer adhere properly. For example, when working with puff vinyl, you need to use a lot of pressure when heat pressing your shirt or else the vinyl won't puff up right. If you're wondering how to tell the difference between light, medium, and heavy pressure on a VEVOR, I'll explain it to you. Light pressure is when you can close the plate easily with one hand. Medium pressure is when it takes some effort to close the plate. And heavy pressure is when it takes two hands and a lot of force to close it together as tight as possible. Keep in mind that the right pressure setting can vary from one project to another, so it's essential to test on a scrap piece of material before applying it to your final product. Additionally, following the manufacturer's guidelines for the specific heat press and materials you're using is crucial to achieve the best results. When it comes to adjusting the pressure on the HTVRont, it's supposed to auto-adjust to your project's thickness up to 1 inch. However, this isn't an exact science and the machine doesn't know how to account for different types of vinyls. There's no button to push to set the pressure to high or low. You pretty much slide your project in and hope for the best. In my opinion, this is the biggest downfall about the HTVRont Auto Press. Being able to adjust the pressure on your project is a really important feature. I have heard of some hacks that you can do to get your auto heat press machine to apply more pressure. I've heard of people sliding additional heat press mats into their machine to raise the height of their project. Supposedly this helps, but I have never tried it myself. I've also personally run into problems with my vinyl not adhering all the way on the first press and having to press multiple times with the HTVRont. The next biggest factor to take into consideration when deciding which heat press is best for you is attachments. The HTVRont Auto Heat Press doesn't come with any additional attachments. You get what you see, which is the two flat 15-inch plates. This really limits you to flat projects under 1 inch. Their company states that it's great for t-shirts, totes, and apparel. It's also compatible with other materials like wood signs and ceramic coasters up to 1 inch in thickness. So if all you really want to make is clothing and other flat projects, then this would be a good machine for you. The VEVOR Swing-Away Heat Press, depending on which model you purchase, comes with a variety of different attachments. Their most popular options are the 5-in-1 swing-away or the 8-in-1 swing-away. Let's compare the two and see what sets them apart. The 5-in-1 heat press comes with a 15 by 15 inch heat press machine, basically the two plates you see here for t-shirts, plus 4 more attachments. You get the 6 by 3 inch cap press, a 3.5 inch mug press, an 8-inch plate press, and a 10-inch plate press. As you would expect, the 8-in-1 heat press includes 8 attachments instead of 5. With this heat press, you get 3 different sizes of mug presses, which is great for heat pressing mugs of all sizes. It includes 3 attachments for 9, 11, or 12-ounce mugs. It also includes a 16-centimeter aluminum pop press for making bottles. Then, just like with the 5-in-1, you get the 8 and 10-inch plate presses, the hat press, and the 15 by 15-inch heat press machine itself. When deciding if you should buy the VEVOR 5-in-1 or the VEVOR 8-in-1, think about if you want to be able to heat press mugs of all sizes and bottles. If the answer is yes, go with the 8-in-1. While we're comparing these machines, let's talk pricing. The VEVOR 5-in-1 Swing-Away Heat Press is currently selling for $201 on Amazon. The 8-in-1 is currently listed at $299.99, but there's also a link for a $30 off coupon, making it $269.99. The HTVRont Auto Heat Press is listed at $295.99. I know we've covered a lot of differences so far, but there's still some more important factors to consider. The VEVOR Swing-Away Heat Press has a swing-away design just like in its name. The 360-degree rotation design allows you to swing the hot plate out of your working area and then back in when it's time to press. This is a really important safety feature that prevents accidental burns. You do need to allow yourself a lot of space for the top plate to swing to the left or right though. So if space is a concern, that's something to consider. The HTVRont Auto Heat Press design is totally different. It has this ironing board that pulls out and then back in. The ironing board doesn't get hot, so you shouldn't have to worry about getting burned. I do find this auto heat press design to be difficult when trying to work with materials like hooded sweatshirts. When you slide your hoodie in, the hood might get bunched up in the drawer. There's really no place to put the hood from your hooded sweatshirt or hoodie in this heat press. There's only about an inch of space under here, and this part gets hot, so you don't want to slide this under and touch this part. It's pretty much impossible to do hoodies safely on this heat press machine. With the swing-away design, this shouldn't be a concern. The HTVRont Auto Heat Press also automatically shuts off after 10 minutes, which is a great safety feature. You never want to accidentally leave your heat press on and burn down your house. To sum up this video, the HTVRont Auto Press offers automation and beginner user friendliness, while the VEVOR Swing-Away excels in versatility of pressure and projects. Ultimately, the choice between these two heat presses comes down to your individual needs, budget, and preferences. Take some time to consider what matters most to you in a heat press, and you'll make the right decision. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.